Here, this Perp back with another episode of the Perp Show. This is the Perp Show, season 4, episode 2. Man, summer vibes, and it's definitely summertime, man. And I'm excited, man. This is gonna be another kind of short and straight to the point type of episode. For those that are checking out the premiere or checking out the replay, I appreciate you hitting the like button. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before last week, these three are the best ways to kind of support the channel. Hit that like button, share, and also if you feel free to hit the super thanks as well. And I also have merch that's available now that you can go check out. I'll have a link for that in the description below if you want to also, you know, get you some perp merch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so getting into this episode, we got a lot to kind of cover in this episode. I want to kind of give you my thoughts on Obi-Wan. Stay tuned till the end of the show for that because I just got done watching the finale. If you're listening to this is being recorded like on a Wednesday night in the middle of the night. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't ask me why I'm doing this right now, but I just, I feel good about this episode. I feel good, just about the rest of the year. Things are kind of looking up, you know what I'm saying, compared to where I was at with episode 1. I know a lot of people weren't really rocking with the first episode. It seems probably bad timing. I should have this up, you know, uh, either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I haven't picked a day yet. We'll see. Also, when you're listening to this, the Black Phone review should be out either Thursday night, sometime Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? Depending on when this drops. So be on the lookout for that. I got a bunch of other reviews that I have to do too. So yeah, with that being said too, I feel like it should be a thing each episode talking about my letterbox. And this will definitely update, but it has updated since episode 1. So each episode, I'm gonna try to update y'all on my letterbox. These are all the movies that I have watched this year and reviewed. um I always want to make sure that it's a movie that if it's made in like 2021 but it gets released in 2022, then it counts as a 2022 movie. I always want to make sure it is a 2022 movie because there's a lot of movies that came out this year but actually were made and stuff like that and put out like last year. So I just want to kind of keep it you know leveled at that moment. So my top 5 has not changed yet. You know what I'm saying? My top 10 has changed a little bit. My top 10 has changed a little bit. I shift some things around. You know what I'm saying? I added some things. The new worst movie of the year. I gotta switch the nights in. I don't know why that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre should be the second lowest. I gotta switch that. I'll update that next episode. That's weird that that's there like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I added Lightyear as well. That's more of like a mid-tier type of movie for me. But Jurassic World Dominion has dethroned Texas Chainsaw Massacre as the worst movie of the year. That doesn't surprise me, but it's starting to come together. You know what I'm saying? The, by the time the end of the year, this list should look completely different for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get past 30 movies so far, and I should get there by next month or sooner than that. We'll see. But if you have a letterbox, let me know what are some of your, or even if you don't have a letterbox, what are some of your favorite movies of the year so far? Just give me your top 5. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people like Top Gun. I might get around to watching that. I don't know if I want to go to theaters and watch it, even though I'm seeing it that I saw that it crossed over 900 million, which is crazy because I don't think anybody was really checking for a Top Gun like that. If it was like something like Mission Impossible, most definitely I'd be there day one, without question. But Top Gun, I wasn't really like I really don't care, so I'll just wait till it's on like Paramount Plus or something like that to go check that out. There's some other movies. Oh, the Martin reunion. I did get to watch that. That's definitely worth a watch. If you want to check out my review, I kind of just give you my brief thoughts on it. Go check that out as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of content is coming, man. Y'all don't want to miss out. Y'all don't want to miss out. But for as far as the letterbox thing goes, I'm going to try to update it each and every episode that you see. Speaking of episodes, for the next two episodes, episode 3 and 4, I'm gonna try to drop those like kind of back to back, or at least like within 24 hours of each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I have some interesting ideas that I want to play around with Stranger Things coming out. Stranger Things Volume 2 dropping next week. So definitely be on the lookout for that review. And also check out my What is Going On with Karen Wheeler video, because I think that she is definitely sus. There's definitely something more to her story. I could be reaching, but definitely go check that out, man. Yeah, so the next two episodes of the Perp Show should be interesting with, Stranger Things coming out, like I said, and you got Thor Love and Thunder. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I want to drop those kind of back to back or just pretty close to each other. Like I'll probably drop one episode Friday and one episode Saturday, or I might just drop a double feature on y'all on the same day. We'll see where it goes, man. I can't promise anything, you know what I'm saying, but we'll see because I like kind of this format and this kind of building up to the 5th year anniversary of the channel, which will be a live stream for people that don't know. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's just my little letterbox update and just the channel update and stuff and where my head's been at because it's definitely been a rocky year. It's still still kind of a process. I feel like this year has had its ups and downs, mostly ups. Not the downs aren't like too crucial in my opinion. That couldn't be fixed. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, things are just looking up, man. I'm in a really good mood. I'm in a much better headspace creatively. You know what I'm saying? I've been creating stuff like I've just been making thumbnails like crazy. I've just been making music. I've been making just a bunch of stuff and just thinking about it, a slew of different of ideas and stuff, and where I want to go with this channel moving forward. So yeah, man, I hope that the people that really rock with me continue to rock with me and support my channel and support the journey because like I never really noticed this. Well, I did notice this recently that I really never took a month off. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting out content constantly. I take days off or weeks off, but I've always had content coming out each week ever since I started my channel for like almost 5 years. And it's like, yeah, man, like, and I still don't feel like I scratched the surface. I think there's so much to still do. There's still things that I want to try out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really hesitant. I was going to kind of just fall back from a lot of things and just. But my thing is like I never want to be pushed into a corner or just be a generic channel. I always wanted to kind of stand out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe like I don't know. But that aside, let's get into some of these topics. Quick little topics. Right off the bat, we got Justin Lin. I think that's Justin Lin. Yeah, he's going to be directing a One Punch Man movie, which is wow, really interesting to me because you're starting to see a lot more live action anime being produced. Whether or not it's quality or not, that remains to be seen with a lot of things. Like normally, it's like the same thing with the video game adaptations. They're not always done right or done well, but when they're done right, it's really dope. Like Alita Battle Angel is a good example of an anime turned live action done right. Now, a lot of these other things like One Punch Man One Piece. I think they're going to be doing a Yu Yu Hakusho. I think they're doing also a My Hero Academia. That stuff might end up just being wacky, but like I said, if enough care is put into the project or whatever they're working on, I think they could do an incredible job. Like eventually, I think whenever they get around to doing an American version of Attack on Titan live action, I think it will be done really well. I think there's room for some really dope things you could do with that. Also, with like Vinland Saga, you're telling me you watching the Northman and you're telling me they can't do a Vinland Saga live action? Come on, man. But this got me kind of excited. I don't know who they're gonna get to play One Punch Man. I think that's gonna be interesting to see how that's going to come about. I don't expect this movie to come out anytime soon, probably like 2024, 2025. I think it's a ways out, but I think it's cool that he's able to announce it now. It's cool that, he pretty much dropped Fast and Furious and, hey, I want to do this One Punch Man. And maybe it will be much better than, or just he'll be able to have more creative freedom or something like that, and he doesn't have to worry about Vin Diesel. That would be funny if he got Vin Diesel to play Saitama. That would be hilarious. But what are your thoughts on a One Punch Man live action? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think they should stop doing um, animes into live action? And here's the thing about that, because some people don't want that stuff to happen, but you're going to have to go through a lot of trash, and eventually you will get your like Avengers type movie. You know what I'm saying? How many shitty comic book movies did we get before we got like a Dark Knight or the Avengers or even Infinity War and stuff? So, you got to take some type of risk, right? If it's not worth it, if you're not willing to take the risk, then how is the film industry going to be able to like kind of grow or try to evolve? And a lot of people say that all the stories have been told, but I don't think that's true. I think there's always some type of unique story you can always tell with anything that you got in front of you. It just depends on how much time you want to put into it and how much people care about it. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna see anything or casting until probably like next year, and I don't see this going into production until probably next year or maybe 2024 at the latest. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about that. Speaking of which, what I'm saying, we already knew this, but Squid Game season 2 has officially been announced. But they also have like another like companion type of series dropping with this. It's going to be like a reality show that's based off the Squid Game show, which is cool. It's not my cup of tea. I think that's going to be cool for people that like those like competition type of those competition shows. But I'm excited for Squid Game too, because like the first season of Squid Game is just it has that Stranger Things season 1 kind of magic to it, where it's just like, damn, this first season was so perfect. I don't even know what they could do to top this. And I already think that going into this, people are going to have very high expectations. It's probably not going to meet everybody's expectations, but I think they're definitely going to go bigger and bolder with this season compared to the first one. And if my theories are right about what they're trying to do with this, it's interesting. I could see them doing somewhat like of an anthology series, but also doing a continuation of what they build up in the first season, if that makes any sense. And I think that'd be really interesting, because with these Korean shows, it's structurally very different from like what we get over here from the West and stuff. So I'm excited for that. Let me know how you guys feel about Squid Game season 2. Yeah, man, it's coming out in 2023, at least by the end of 2023. So it's gonna have a bigger budget as well. I'm excited, man. I don't know what to expect. I'm looking more forward towards like what type of games are they gonna play, or just like the overall story, because that's so fascinating, just based on how the first season ended. It was incredible, just how all the characters came together and how things played out. I really want to see how they introduce like new characters and stuff. That's going to be exciting, man. So yeah, that's like the two little quick little news topics I wanted to talk about. But here's a movie that is very controversial, but really shouldn't be, or has a lot of. I'm not even going to say buzz because I don't think anybody really cares about this movie. Is the Gina Carano Terror on the Prairie? Now this was funny to me, just the marketing of this movie and how hypocritical it is to just this whole movement of this whole I stand by Gina. Now I'm not saying that like all these people are wackos, because there are some people that are probably just really fans of Gina Carano and just genuinely like her as a person. That's fine. But I just see too much capping going on for Gina and just for this movie and just the Daily Wire and stuff. Like, I would love to see those numbers, since they always want to brag about But anyways, you know, it's just funny because they use this whole Gina Carano getting canceled by Disney as marketing for the movie, which I think that was a terrible idea. If you really wanted to hit Hollywood or something like that with a jab, you know what I'm saying? You just talk about your movie. You don't have to use these buzzwords like the uncanceling begins, Hollywood left her for dead, Disney canceled her, now Gina is back. Shit's corny, bro. That just makes me not want to watch your movie. Even though I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to spend like, what is it, like $10, $15 just to watch one movie, bro. I'm cool. I'll wait till the plug has the movie up. And once the plug got it, you will be hearing from me very soon. I'm going to give it a very fair and honest review, because I feel like just with movie reviewers or critics or YouTube, it's a lot of people get way too emotional, and I think somewhere along the lines, it's just you can't really trust anybody's review anymore because when you listen to like let's just say like a Geeks and Gamers or a Nerd Roddick or any of those people or anybody that like associates with them, they all have the same talking points. They all have the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't understand how people can listen to that like constantly, like, and it's just very hypocritical in my opinion with just the way that this movie is being handled and just how things in the YouTube space and just it's just a mess. You know what I'm saying? But my point being about this is just this is not how you market your movie. You don't like. I don't see Disney saying like, they could have literally like had the whole Moses Ingram thing a part of the Obi-Wan rollout and stuff, but that would have been corny as hell. People would have called that out, right? But then you go around doing the same thing and it doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the same thing that you hate these companies for doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous in my opinion. But I will definitely be checking out this movie when I get a chance because I am interested to see just where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it looks good at all. When I see certain people review it or do reactions on the trailer, they just overhype it. But like, if Gina was not even attached to this, they wouldn't even give a damn. Nobody even gives a damn about a Daily Wire, bro. Why didn't you care about anything Daily Wire did before, what I'm saying, Gina Carano hopped on board? Think about that. But anyways, moving on. Now, moving on to some music, right? We have I don't even I keep forgetting that they do these freshman lists still. The 2022 double XL freshman list. And this is where I am completely out of touch with today's. uh, newer generation of hip hop. I'm not gonna knock them because all of them have their own specific lanes. The freestyles are going to be interesting. They just dropped the trailer for that. I think they need to get better with just cutting the promo because, like, with the freestyle stuff, like, they don't really capture any like highlights or like really like a dope bar or something like that, or a dope two lines or something like that. Just something that really makes me like, oh man, I can't wait to see this dude's freestyle. But it almost comes off as like a parody. Like I'm watching a parody of just like a bunch of different rappers. But so Fuego, what's his name? I don't know. The dude that sounds like Lil Uzi. He might actually be pretty dope. Baby Tron sounds like he might be dope as well. Kev the Man, like she sounds like she could be interesting as well. So you never know. I just don't think. I think with Double XL, they've always tried to recapture the 2016 list, where you're not really going to top that. As far as that is a good list because a lot of those rappers are still relevant. Uzi's still doing his thing, Kodak's still doing his thing, and it's something about Double XL. I just feel like they're just really out of touch. And what had me laughing when I saw one of these trailers, it wasn't the freestyle trailer, but it was like the trailer for just the Double XL um, freshman list in general. And you had all the different like artists like trying to like just pretty much narrating, and they were saying like, yeah, Double XL is like kind of like the gatekeepers. Like I'm like, gatekeepers of what, my nigga? Like they ain't gatekeeping shit. Like that shit was funny as hell. But you know, maybe I have to go through and like rank these Double XL lists. You know what I'm saying? I still think the earlier lists were better than the later ones. But I think that'd be interesting to kind of do. Let me know if y'all would like that as a video to just like kind of rank the Double XL freshman covers and stuff like that. Maybe do that as a separate video. I think that'd be cool. But in other music related content, you know what I'm saying? You had your boy Drizzy Drake, Aubrey, you know what I'm saying? He dropped a surprise album out of nowhere. Like it's almost been almost about a week since it's come out. You know what I'm saying? It's called Honestly Never Mind. And my expectations were really high for this because I was like, all right, Drake heard all the criticisms of CLB. Now he's gonna turn the tides and he's gonna just drop bangers. He's gonna drop if you're reading this, sorry if you're reading this, it's too late type vibes. But no, he completely does like just pulls the rug underneath everybody's feet with with a dance record, and a lot of people are flaming him. Even I was just like, "What the hell is this, bro?" I still think it's one of his weaker projects. I think it's probably his weakest album. But the more I listen to this, right, I like it. It's not like perfect by any means. I could see like people just not liking shit. Like it's definitely funny hearing Drake trying to just do what he's doing on this album. It is definitely funny in my opinion. But some people are saying his album flopped. I think it did like 200 something plus K first week, which is still crazy numbers. But I can see for Drake standards, it's pretty low on the totem pole. But Drake is very smart, bro. Hate him or love him or hate or love this album. It is very smart because he knew what he's doing. And the first thing that you see on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, is everything about Drake, people making memes and just making content out of it. And that's what is really smart about the marketing and how it markets itself. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's good or bad. And then you also had like Beyonce drop her like kind of dance track. So it seems like music is kind of going in this dance hall type, like not dance hall, but like this dance techno house music vibe. Like I see like so many people doing it. You even got Tory Lane starting to like kind of dabble into it. So that's probably going to be what the summer of 2022 is going to be about. Is just the just a vibe, and that's all the album is a vibe. You smoke a blunt, you know what I'm saying? You just you're sipping a little bit and you listen to this and you're just chilling and just kicking back. It's cool background music, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing really to take serious. I don't really take it as serious, or it could have been better. Does Drake have issues as far as how he releases things? Yeah, I just think I think Drake's in a position where he just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do whatever and just wing it, which I can respect as a creator myself, because there's some things that you go through, or you just kind of contemplate, just like, should I put this out or should I not? I don't know how people are gonna receive it, and sometimes you just gotta wing it and just say F it. If people rock with it, they rock with it. If they don't, they don't. It's sort of like the Perp show. Like, last episode got like 20 something views. That's really disappointing. It's very sad, but it is what it is, and I move on. And hopefully, this episode does much better than the next. And if this episode doesn't do better, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody. Um, you shouldn't try to please everybody, because it's just it's too stressful. But this album, I feel like, was okay. Just sitting back on it and just kind of really diving into the music, because whenever I do music reviews, it's always like my first impression. So it could always it could always differ. I can really love a project off of first listen, or I could really just be like, man. And then over time, it could just be the other way around, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah. So let me know how you guys feel about Drake's new dance album. Was it okay? Has it grown on you? Do you think it's just complete trash? You haven't listened to it since last Friday, I should say. Yeah, let me know. So next up, we got the Xbox showcase. That was last week. Yeah, I think this was last weekend. I already knew going into this that they weren't going to have anything major. You know what I'm saying? Because before this show came out, they delayed Starfield, they delayed Redfall. So those were two big exclusive games that were supposed to drop this year that got pushed till 2023, unfortunately. And people already, made up their decision that this showcase was going to be disappointing. And for the most part, yeah, it was disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm the type of person. I'm like a casual gamer. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter to me. I like Game Pass, because the fact that when those games, Starfield and like Redfall or whatever, are ready to go, they'll be on the service day one. I don't have to really worry about it, or just have to rush out to a store, or just be like, yeah, let me drop $70 right here. Just when it's ready, it's ready. I don't really care. Same thing with like Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, that shit's probably not coming out till like 2024, 2025, and I can wait. I'm fine. I rather them put the most time that they need to into these games, so we don't have to have these issues. Because I could have honestly waited another year for like Halo Infinite, just for them to finally finally get it together. Even though Halo is still a solid game, it's just missing some things compared to like Halo 5. It is what it is. Um, they showed off Starfield. Starfield was looking kind of rough, and it's probably a bad version of what they try to like upload or whatever, because the frames were just all over the place, and it's an early build. So Redfield actually looks pretty decent. I know a lot of people weren't like too wowed about that. They have this like Kojima game in the works. They didn't really show anything about that, which makes me believe that that game's not coming out anytime soon. Yeah, man. Like, the showcase was cool. It wasn't nothing too special. You know what I'm saying? It was an Xbox conference. Just kind of show you what's coming. And they do have a lot of games if you're into like indies and stuff like that. But as far as like first party titles come, nah, it's really lacking this year. There's really no big release coming out this year, which it's fine, because all I'm looking forward to this year is like Harry Potter. Just give me a Harry Potter. I'm cool. I'll shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about the Xbox Bethesda showcase. If you got around to watching it, if you're into the gaming space and stuff like that. I know a lot of Sony people, PlayStation fans, had a field day with this, and it's cool. It's having that like kind of back and forth is cool. I think a lot of people get too uh, personal with it, but it is what it is. It was all right. So on to some movie stuff before we start to wrap things up with the Obi-Wan and my thoughts on the last three episodes. Let's get into this some movie news. We got like two bits of movie stuff I want to kind of talk about. And Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller is officially out as the Flash once the Flash is released. And already people are kind of thinking of recasting and who they're gonna choose. Do you want Grant Gustin? And I kind of like came up with my own like little list, or just some people that could be potential. Now, when you see Patrick Schwarzenegger, you're like, what? Yeah, that was like the lowest. That was like my last pick, but I was just like, I looked at some of his interviews and stuff like that, and saw some movies that he was a part of. He was in I think he was in a movie with Chris Pratt that just came out this year. So, what I'm saying, I think he could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? That just the name alone will get people to just kind of tune in. I think he has that charisma to play Barry. Lucas Till, he already has been a part of comic book movies, so he knows kind of already what to expect. A lot of people want Grant Gustin just because he plays the Flash on the CW, which I just don't understand. I no, I don't. I don't. Me personally, I wouldn't pick Grant Gustin. You know what I'm saying? That might be just their default. They might cancel the Flash and just bring in Grant Gustin. But my main pick, I would pick is Rudy Pencow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but he's from Outer Banks. He's a little bit. He's the like the youngest one out of this group. But I said by the time he's like 23, but by the time they make another Flash movie, he'll probably be like 25, 26. So, but if you've ever watched Outer Banks, I think he could really pull off a younger version of Barry Allen if they were to go that route. If they wanted to kind of go back to square one with Barry Allen's character, I think that'd be interesting. How do y'all feel about the whole Ezra? I think I didn't really want to talk about it just because it's just I I, I just don't really care about the whole Ezra, situation. It doesn't really surprise me at the same time. So it's just like I don't know why people are just like fighting over this shit. It's just it's really ridiculous, and it's kind of it's just dumb. It's really dumb. Too many people are divided with these things that aren't real. And it's just like that's the problem. I feel like people need to just take a step back, touch some grass, and just like come to the realization like, look, this ain't real, so we shouldn't just be getting this emotional about shit. You know what I'm saying? But people are gonna, you know, um, react how they want to react, so you can't really control that. So it is what it is. But the Flash movie has a lot going on. I just don't know how they're going to market this. They're obviously not going to put this on HBO Max. They're going to have to put this in theater. Their, their best bet is this stuff dies out quicker. So by the time 2023 comes around, they can start doing promotion and people will forget because people will forget very quickly is if this stuff gets brushed under the rug, if like nothing really ends up happening. And I think that's what they're hoping, that nothing more comes up about this stuff, or it just doesn't get any worse than it already has. So yeah, man, it's just WB, man. It's just like they have all the potential to just shift the tides when it comes to the whole DCU versus MCU. Because the MCU right now ain't doing really much of anything. So this is the perfect time, but it's just, I feel like there's some type of DC curse going on that just like they'll have one home run with the Batman, and then they'll have this news that just completely is like a setback. And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but it is what it is because you know, we'll just have to wait and see. I think once the dust settles and stuff, DC will be able to, you know, get things moving because we had the Black Adam trailer as well that dropped, which was really dope in my opinion. I think it was a cool first trailer. Some people weren't blown away, but it's just the first trailer. I expect now if the second trailer doesn't blow people away, then yeah, we might have some trouble with Black Adam. But I think with The Rock playing Black Adam and just everything surrounding it, I think it's fine. And I think Shazam 2 is going to do really well. So I think DC is going to have a solid year overall. So with that out the way, let's talk about Thor: Love and Thunder. What are people's expectations? Because this movie does come out in about 2 weeks. Um, I think a lot of people are kind of mixed with Thor as a whole. And it's interesting that Chris Hemsworth is the only Avenger that gets a fourth movie. Um, I'll be quick to tell you, I was one of those people like before this movie. Well, once this movie got announced, I was like, I don't really care about that. But then Christian Bale is attached to it, just like it completely changed everything. But still doesn't that still definitively say that this will be a great movie just because Christian Bale's in it doesn't matter, but it could still end up being disappointing to some people. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. I'm out for about that. I had to go. My doorbell was ringing, whatever. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. I think Thor: Love and Thunder is gonna be much better than people are probably expecting. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you liked Ragnarok, you will definitely enjoy this as well. I think it's going to be one of those cases where the people that love and I have problems with Ragnarok because it's called Ragnarok, but it doesn't really, it's not tonally, it's nothing like a Ragnarok storyline should be. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I still like Thor as a character. Does he have issues, or I don't know what people really are expecting from Thor at this point. Like I said, and I think people's biggest complaints are going to be Jane, Jane looks fine in this. You know what I'm saying? I just need them to explain where she's been and why she's been absent this long. That's all I need to know as far as her character goes, and hopefully Gore the God Butcher does what he needs to do and makes an impact, a very strong impact. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, man. My expectations are kind of in the middle with this movie. I don't know what to expect. Trailers could be deceiving. You can get trash trailers, and then when we go to see the movie, it's actually better than expected. Will this be better than Multiverse of Madness? Maybe, because I was really looking forward to Multiverse of Madness, and I was kind of really let down at the same time. So yeah, man, I don't know what's good with the MCU. I have been watching Miss Marvel. I might do a review sometime in the future, in the near future. Be on the lookout for that if I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I do actually enjoy that. Because like that is a good example of the trailer didn't sell people on the show, but when people actually got around to just watching the show, people are really enjoying it. Even to the point where people are enjoying Miss Marvel more than Obi-Wan, which we'll be getting to our last topic very shortly. But I think it will do well. It doesn't seem like I think the hype will get uh more. I think the hype will grow more over time when it gets closer to release date, or when it gets when it gets closer to the release date, I think that's when the hype will start to kind of gain traction. I could definitely see people walking out being mixed with this movie. It definitely seems to be the case, but we'll have to wait and see. Nothing's set in stone yet. So let me know in the comments below or in the chat your expectations for Thor: Love and Thunder. Is it high, mid, or you have just no expectations, or you're just not going to watch it, or you just completely checked out and the on the MCU at this point? So, man, I hope y'all have been enjoying the show so far, and we're about to wrap things up. And I'm going to give you my final thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you want to check out my first three, check out my thoughts on the first three episodes, go do so on my channel. But I'm gonna just give you my thoughts on the last four episodes because it's definitely very interesting, and just the whole way that they wrapped this show up was very fascinating to me. But I definitely still have my gripes. So let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Man, this show has been talked about in not such a good light. It's been very mixed, and it's just been very split down the middle. You know what I'm saying? People are, expecting one thing and then another thing happens, and then when that thing doesn't happen or does happen, everybody just kind of clashes. It's very messy, man. It's just like with Star Wars and just Star Wars fans in general, they will never be happy with anything. Even if a product is good, they won't give it its credit. It's just they will not be happy. They'll find something about it to complain about. And it is fine because that's every fandom. Don't take that as an attack. It's just that is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? People look at it like it's like you can't any type of fandom without them just automatically, playing victim and saying like, "Oh no, like you're attacking the fans." No, we're just being honest. It's like, yo, anything that happens, but even before something comes out, like people will bitch about it. It's just crazy, bro. I don't know what it is, but anyways, that aside, episode 4 was definitely the weakest of the series and made me think about the show overall. And I feel like this being 6 episodes is still a big hindrance of this whole entire series because I feel like it felt rushed in a way when you look back at it. And I think when people go to rewatch it, they'll definitely start to see the cracks because this is not a perfect show by any means. Did I have fun with this? Yes. Were there some things that could have been fleshed out better? Yes. I think it would have. I think this show being 8 episodes would have really helped flesh out like Riva's character and just a lot of different storylines. But episode 4 was definitely the weakest. Then we get to episode 5. Man, episode 5 was so lit. Even though I still was feeling kind of meh after watching it because the best parts of episode 5 was all Vader, with Kenobi and, Riva kind of joining forces or coming up with a plan, a dumb plan by that, where Riva thought she can square up with uh, Vader and quickly found out, no, you can't. And that's where when we get to episode 5 to 6, it feels extremely rushed because we don't even follow up, but we don't even know how Riva. I almost I get Revan and Riva's name like mixed up, but we don't even know how Riva just like made it to Tatooine. I think that was Tatooine. I'm pretty sure. Just whatever. We don't even know how she really got there. She just kind of appeared. Well, no, we do actually, because the thing that got dropped in like I think it was episode 5 or one of these episodes. Yeah, it was like episode 5. They like dropped some type of thing. I was like, what the hell was that? That's how she was able to find out about Luke and stuff. But I just feel like there could have been a little bit more build up to this finale. You know what I'm saying? even though I think everything with Obi-Wan and Vader was really dope, like them fighting again and people jumping the fucking gun when they thought that in episode 3 that was the big, comeback, that was the big rivalry. No, it was the very last episode, and I feel like that really delivered. Them having that back and forth was amazing. I was like, yes, this is what I like to see from Obi-Wan, and this is what I like to see from Vader. Them just completely going all out on each other, and Obi-Wan pretty much letting them know, like, yo, remember who the master is. And I always give Obi-Wan a hard time, but he got that one. I give it to him. He got that one. He earned. That's like the first fight that he earned. That's the first dub that he earned. Yes, that's the first dub that he earned, bro. I don't care what nobody say, but I'll give it to him. I give it to him because that was really dope, and just the whole dialogue, and even seeing the Emperor. I did not expect to see the Emperor and him kind of have to check Vader and just be like, yo, just remember who your real master is, bro. But yeah, those last 3 episodes were cool. Like the fourth one was the weakest. Episode 5 brought it kind of back, and then it finished pretty strong, but I feel like it was still rushed overall. You had Reva going against like Uncle Owen and all them. That was really cool seeing them kind of defending their spot. Now imagine if Revan was at like full strength and stuff. She would have probably made light work of Owen and everybody and probably killed them. And she kind of has this kind of revelation of just turning to the good, to the light. Because it's revealed in episode 5 that she was a Padawan. Everybody kind of suggested that, or could have put two and two together. That was really predictable. You know what I'm saying? I think they could have. That's another aspect of the show that they could have really fleshed out is Reva's backstory and just who she is as a character. And I need to let people know that this is not the Reva show. Just because she got like 5 minutes of screen time each episode does not mean it's her show. Please stop doing that. It is Obi-Wan's show, and this show clearly showed it in the finale. God damn it, bro. I hate when people see one other character that gets a little extra screen time than the main character and they think, oh, it's all about them. No, bro. Please watch more content out there that, I just I don't get people's thought process with certain things. It's really frustrating. And this is why I say, like, Star Wars fans do not know what they want. They really don't know what they want, because when they think they know what they want, they're still disappointed at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I enjoyed the show for what it was. I don't normally do rankings or anything like that, but if I had to rank it out of 10, I think it's a solid 7. I think it's a solid 7. Nothing higher, nothing lower, because there were moments in the finale that really got me emotional. I'm not gonna lie. In the Mandalorian season 2 finale, that shit did not phase me. But the shit in this, boy, that was heavy. I liked everything with like Lil Leia and Obi-Wan and like their relationship, and Obi-Wan able to like get a connection with Luke and stuff like that. That's really cool to me. I just feel like man, that's just the biggest gripe I have with the show. It's just it just felt so rushed. I think they could have made each episode like an hour long at least, to at least like flesh out some of these characters and these storylines. The effects were kind of really wonky at times. You could definitely clearly see it's a green screen, or it's just like they just threw the shit together. But yeah, man, I enjoyed Obi-Wan, and like I said, like people know how I feel about Obi-Wan as a character, but this this show kind of made me like his character a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because we actually get to see him struggle. He's not just doing everything perfectly and just, out of luck. He just like we see him really down bad, have to go through shit mentally, and everything comes full circle and he's back on top again. And I love that they had Qui-Gon at the very end and stuff, and he's just like, it took you long enough. That was dope as hell, bro. That was really dope. I don't know if they're going to do a season 2 of Obi-Wan. That would be cool. I would definitely be tuning in for that. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about Obi-Wan as a whole. Did it meet your expectations? Do you think the 6 episodes were cool, or do you are you like me? You wish it was a little bit longer. They could have maybe made it like 8 episodes long. But yeah, that's just my whole thoughts on Obi-Wan. And that's been the Perp Show, season 4, episode 2. I don't want to stay too much longer. We're at the like 50-minute mark. I think that's good enough. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode and what you've heard. Um, yeah, man, and just definitely let me know what are some of your favorite movies, just based on my letterbox update and stuff. Let me know that. Let me know your thoughts on Obi-Wan. Let me know your expectations on Thor. Let me know your thoughts on just everything as a whole. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the summer? What are you watching right now and whatnot and stuff like? Yeah, man. And I will see y'all in the next episodes. You know, because like I said, I'm gonna try to drop those back to back. We'll see how it goes as far as timing and just everything will work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a good space, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. It's a blessing for y'all to just tune in for whoever does, whether it's 10, 20, 30 people. You know, I would really love to get to cross over 100 views again, but, you know, I want to kind of build up to that again. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate the people that really rock with me since day one and have been, or if you just sub to me this year, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you look forward to what's coming in the future, because I have a lot coming in the future, a lot of ideas. We're just going to wait and see how it all plays out, man. But you know what I'm saying? This has been the Perp Show. Until next time, I will see you on the next one. Peace.